I can sell your house for more than it's worth. And I know you don't believe me now, but by the end of this video, you will be 100% convinced exactly how I'm going to take your house and sell it for more than its current market value. So the way I can do this is, unlike other real estate agents, I am also a licensed contractor and an investor. So instead of just putting your house on the market, I'm going to renovate your house because I am a house flipper and I'm going to make it worth way more than it is right now. You don't have to pay a dime. So let me show you exactly how I'm going to transform your house. We're going to look at 9822 Chambers Drive in Commerce City, Colorado. Now this house was put on the market last year and was unable to sell. Here's a picture of the front of the house. If we go into the history here on the MLS, you can see it was put on the market in May of 2024 at $600,000. Eventually expired it out in December, then put back on the market for $565 in January and expired out February 21st, 2025. Now, if I was selling this house, I would have got it sold and I would have sold it for more than it's currently worth. So to go back to the listing pictures here, I'm going to show you exactly how I would sell this house for more than it's worth and why the homeowners should work with me to get it sold. If we look at the listing pictures here, here's what the kitchen's like. It's got plastic laminate tops. It's laminate flooring. This house was built in the early 2000s. And in this neighborhood, that was common. You know, they had the laminate floor, all carpet in the living room. These listing pictures should have not been taken with all this clutter in the room, which is the agent's fault. The homeowner should have been advised or even helped with the agent to remove things from the walls, the clutter from the room to make it look more like a showroom. And also, these walls are the wrong color. It doesn't look like it would look like if you went into a showroom at a new builder's. So I'm going to show you how we're going to transform all these walls and flooring to give it a fresh new look. So I would use my money and my crews to put brand new LVP throughout the first floor and repaint all the walls on the first floor. This would help the house look more like it would if you were to walk into a model home at like a Atlanta or Richmond Homes or something like that. Those builders have to perfect what is going to sell their houses. And so we just want to replicate that. Like, why reinvent the wheel? We're going to do what they already do. So this AI generated model here, it's close, right? It's trying to show you how we're going to declutter the room, but we would take the blankets off the furniture here also. Upstairs, I would put new wall paint and carpet in all of the bedrooms, just to make sure we have the right colors that match what's on trend today. All the upgrades we're talking about are very low cost. Because I'm a licensed contractor and I have my own crews and I get materials at a discount at wholesale pricing, I'm able to do everything I'm showing you here for a very low cost. And again, you don't have to come out of pocket one penny. In the bathroom, I would put new LVP flooring down, put new white quartz countertops in, and paint all the walls Soji White. I wouldn't touch anything else. If you want to sell for top dollar, you need a new looking kitchen. And fortunately, we can do that for a very low cost in this house. All we need to do is put new white quartz countertops on the existing cabinets, put undermount sink, and put LVP flooring down, and of course paint the walls Soji White. So let's look at the numbers so you can see how I can get this house sold for more than it's worth. All right, so this is the neighborhood we're looking at. It's in Commerce City. It's south of the Reunion area. This is South Lawn of Reunion, just west of that there. 104th runs up here, 96th runs down here. So looking in this neighborhood at all the houses that have either sold, are listed for sale, or have been expired and pulled off the market, that's what we got here. So active listings, 605 is the highest asking price, and 490 is the lowest asking price. For the solds, our highest sold comp is 625 and our cheapest sold house is $457. Now, to give you an example of the house we're talking about, here it is at 9822 Chambers Drive. It's 4,165 square feet, 3,220 above grade, and 3,220 finished. Right, so these are the numbers we need to look at, which this is very large. If we look at the neighborhood, we're looking at, if we come down through here, not a single one of them breaks for the sold comps. Not a single one of them breaks that 4,000 square foot mark. And as far as finished square feet of 322, I mean, this one's a little more and this one's a little more, but mostly we're smaller for the most part. The sold comps are smaller than this house. We have 3 bathrooms. Some of these have 4. But looking at the 3-bedroom houses, looks like the top sales price is at $590. Let's look at that house. Get an idea what it looks like. It has a 3-car garage. We have a 2-car garage. But it has beigeish wall colors. It's definitely more modern looking than what our property currently looks like before the remodel. It got $590. And if I look at the lowest one here down in Idalia, it got $457. This is quite a bit smaller than our property with a 1,200 square feet less finished, but it is 2-car garage. And here, dated looking, right? It has darker colored walls. It's laminate countertops. The hardwood floors are pretty worn out, right? This property here, $490, 4-bed, 3-bath, 2519. This is, looking a little better. What did it look like? It's a 2-car garage like ours. It has much more modern looking finishes. We've got the nice LVP flooring. The gray is starting to be a little outdated, but kind of middle of the road for finishes. We can look much nicer than this with white quartz countertops, LVP flooring, but we can look better than this house easily. So looking up closer to the top here, $555. This one sold for. It's 4-bed, 3-bath. We have a 5-bed, 3-bath, but it's 2-car garage. So it is a little nicer looking than ours, but it has the more beigeish wall color, newer carpet, hard countertops. It's not laminate, right? They've got granite. We've got LVP flooring, might be engineered, but this is more along the lines of where we could easily get to, right? And that's sold for $555. So this is a very conservative estimate of what we might be able to sell for. Now, if we look at the active comps, right, the highest asking price is $605. Let's look at what that looks like. 2-car garage, pretty modern looking, nice deck, open floor plan, nice LVP flooring, definitely modern looking. We could get, looks wise, kind of compete with this one with just putting a little bit of extra money into ours. But they're asking, in my opinion, too much. This is way more similar to us. A 4-3, same amount of square footage, 32 finish, 42 above. They're asking $480 or $585. Let's look at what they look like. 2-car garage. This is very similar to us. They have a real kind of drab look here. Like the ceiling needs to be painted flat white. We need more modern wall colors. There should be a pop here. And there's too much carpet. It's a sea of carpet. Needs LVP on the main floor. So they probably aren't going to sell at this price. They're over asking, but we can definitely compete with them, no problem. And they're at $585. You can sell it as is, touch nothing, for probably $500,000, which is a terrible number, right? And you're giving the house away for much cheaper than you should, but only because it doesn't have the pop and the appeal, both in the pictures and probably in person, that it should have to bring in a premium price, right? So if you sold it for $500,000, after you pay for commissions and closing fees and all that stuff, you only walk away with $467-ish, which is a bad deal, right? The right way to sell this house is to instead let me renovate it for you and then sell it for you closer to $555 as a floor, right? Maybe it'll sell for $585. It's going to be somewhere in that window between $555 and $585 after it's renovated. And if it sells for $555, which is the bottom range of what I think this house would sell for after I put the improvements into it, you would walk away with $500,000 even. And so what I'm willing to do is I'll put my commission at risk. If you work with me and I renovate your house, doing the improvements that I'm suggesting, and then let me sell it for you, I'll make sure that you net $500,000. Now that's after paying me back for the renovation, after all the commissions, after the closing costs, you net $500,000. If, let's say the house sells, instead of for $555, it sells for, $550. And for easy numbers, let's say my commission was $10,000. Well, then I'm going to eat that $5,000 and you're still going to net the $500. Right. So if you'd like to explore that option more, reach out to me. Keep in mind, that's if it only sells for $555. There's a good chance that this house would sell for $585. So basically, the upside's yours to keep. The downside, I'm putting my commission at risk. So you're not on the hook. I'm on the hook. All you can do here is win. All right. So if you have any inkling to still want to sell your house, please reach out to me. We can meet. I can go over this in more detail and explain exactly, in your house, the things that we would improve to bring in the most money. So if you're watching this video and you're not the homeowner of 9822 Chambers Drive and you'd like me to look at your house, just comment below or call or text me at 720-410-9756, or just fill out your address on my website and I'll get back to you with some hard numbers today.